Hola y bienvenidos a mi canal de YouTube Español por Dentro. Estoy aquí con otro invitado muy especial y esta vez del mundo del cine de la India y por eso vamos a hablar con él en inglés porque no domina español, claro. I'm here with an esteemed guest of mine from the field of history and movie. It is Eshaan Sharma, an established voice of Indian history and cinema in India. So, Ishan, thank you so much for being here on my Spanish channel, Español por Dentro.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Siddharth. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you. So, this video, of course, is going to be in English and there will be subtitles in Spanish as well. The aim to bring Ishan Sharma here is to enlighten my Spanish speaking audience, as well as, of course, Indian viewers as well, uh, uh, more about Indian cinema in greater depth, greater detail, greater substance. And that is why I have with me Ishan Sharma. Let me give a brief intro of Ishan. Ishan Sharma is a historian, documentary filmmaker, heritage activist, and founder of the project Karma, the Heritage Exploration Initiative, one of India's leading youth led platforms dedicated to promoting history, heritage, and culture. Through heritage walks, public lectures, film screenings, research, and literary events, Ishan has worked to make history more engaging and accessible for young audiences. He's also the founder of the Karma Book Award and has written extensively on history, art, cinema, and cultural heritage for leading publications. Passionate about connecting people with India's rich past, Ishan continues to inspire a new generation to explore history beyond textbooks. He regularly conducts heritage walks and tours, conducts conversations with historians, filmmakers, and film critics, and is an established yet very young voice of the history of India. So Ishan, words can go on and on to introduce you and your work, but I would just like to once again thank you for being here. And if you can tell a little bit more, Ishan, if you'd like to tell about the work that you do before we get into the topic.
Thank you, Siddharth. Yes, you have mentioned almost everything and much more than what was needed. But yes, we have been trying to document Indian history on social media. Uh, and yeah, there's a whole debate that goes on between academic historians and social media, but we don't see it as a difference, or we don't see it as two different worlds. We try to connect academician and academic historians and their work to the larger public through lectures and other ways, and to tell people that history is much beyond dates and events and wars and kings and queens. There's much more beyond those kinds of histories. So yeah, that's what we try we are trying to do for 7 years now.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, in the description of this video, I'm going to be sharing all the relevant links so that you can follow Ishan and his work. We'll dive now straight into the topic for today. So, as I said right at the top of the show, that the reason to invite Ishan was to enlighten our viewers, both Indian and Spanish language viewers, towards more about Indian cinema and as you've already seen through my introduction, Ishan is an established and quite an authentic voice on Indian cinema and history. So while history is something that we are not going to touch in today's work, but you never know, history can come in the picture as we go along. The topic for today is Ishan's five all-time favorite Hindi movies and why, and also Ishan's five all-time favorite Hindi movie actors slash actresses of all time. Why? And we are also going to discuss a little bit about how Hindi movies have evolved over the period of time, and maybe that's where the history can also come in. So, Ishan, we'll go bit by bit. We'll first talk about your five all-time favorite Hindi movies. Not necessarily probably in the order of your preference, but you can go ahead as you would like. So I would like to know the first movie that you'd like to talk about. Why is it your favorite? What what are the sort of historical aspects you can say, or certain anecdotes about the movie that even viewers in India who may have watched it probably would not know? So I'd like you to please unpack that.
So, five top movies is always very difficult to choose, and I keep on changing my choices You can find a lot of videos of me recommending 5 films on different platforms, and it's always very different.
Hmm.
But the safest option for me is Choti Si Baat by Basu Chatterjee, which came in the 70s, and this is a film that kind of inspired me to visit Bombay, or Mumbai as it is known today. It's a city film. It shows you the city in a very interesting way through the story of this young couple, or this boy and a girl. And the city has changed enormously now. It's completely unrecognizable. You can't recognize the Mumbai of today when you compare it to the Bombay of 1970s. Not just the name, but I think the whole spirit of the city has changed over these years. So that's one film that I think really, really is very interesting for not just Indians, but all over the world who would like to know about cities in general. How do we read a city in a film? It stars Amol Palekar and Vidya Sinha in the leading roles, and there's also Asrani, who was a brilliant comic artist and a brilliant actor. So yeah, that's the first movie that I think everybody should watch.
Right, fantastic. So yeah, I also have watched it many a time, and the beautiful simplicity of those times, and the characters that were portrayed are something that really comes to fore, because Amol Palekar's character is someone that any random Indian, even in today's time, who is an introvert, would probably relate to. So yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Ishan, for your first choice.